welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do a like Chelsea Smile special effects look using like liquid latex and things. So I've already done like all my skincare and that off camera, so I'm just gonna get started. So I'm just gonna use some of this Smiffys liquid latex. Using the end of this old brush, just thingy, I'm gonna dip it into my liquid latex and just kind of wipe that on. Just try not to get like too much of it like in my mouth. I just want it around the corners of my lips, and using some toilet roll, I've kind of shaped this into like the shape that I want. So I want it to be thinner as it gets towards my like cheekbones. And I'm just gonna stick that on. Just using the end of this brush again, I'm just gonna coat it in some latex. I just want it to be completely soaked so that I can just layer more toilet roll on top of it. So I'm just gonna repeat that. And when I'm layering the latex over it, I'm just trying to make sure that the edges are going to be all smooth. And I'm just going to keep doing this until I'm satisfied with and like the shape. I'm trying to focus most of the toilet roll or the tissue paper into the middle, just so that the edges aren't too thick and don't blend well with my actual skin. You also want it to be kind of thick so that if you need to like mould it or anything, that it's got the kind of like strength to do it. Because if you keep it too thin, it'll just all break. And I'm just trying to blend out the edges a wee bit just now. So now I'm just kind of adding wee bits to like the parts I just don't think are thick enough. I think that'll do just now, like just that kind of thickness, and it's not too like bulky on my face. So I'm just gonna do the same for this side of my face off camera, and once both sides have dried I'll come back and like put the kind of colour and that into it. So that now that this is kind of dried, I'm gonna cut this shape into it. So to lift it off my skin, I'm just using the end of a brush. And I just slid it through the latex. You've just got to be quite careful doing that, just so you don't pull it all the way up. And to cut the shape, I'm going to be using some nail scissors, but this is pretty dangerous. So when you're doing this, make sure that the scissors aren't touching your skin at all, and kind of keep them out, like up above. What you'd be better doing is, if you don't feel comfortable doing this, is using 2 thinner layers of like tissue paper and making it so it's already cut, before, so you don't need to cut it yourself. And then I'm just kind of pulling the edges down so they look like lifted bits of skin. And then I'm just going to make sure both sides are even. After you've done this, you should be able to like open your mouth and that a bit better. So to make the latex less sticky, I'm just going to go in with some setting powder and just powder all the latex. And then using some foundation, I'm just going to go with this Revolution Conceal and Define foundation. I'm going to make the bits of latex match my skin colour. So I'm just going to do the rest of my foundation at the same time. So when putting your foundation in, you've just got to be quite gentle, just to make sure you don't rip anything off. I'm just going to go off camera and do like my concealer and the rest of kind of my face makeup, and then I'll come back to show you how to make this look more realistic. So I've put on like the rest of my makeup, and I'm gonna go in with this Revolution Pro SFX face paint palette and go in with the black just here, and then just darken the inside, just like that. It doesn't need to be like super neat or anything. Just so it looks like open. And then I'm gonna go in with the kind of reddy colour this reddy colour just here. Go around the edges, and not just to make it look a bit bloody. Oops. So I'm not going to like pull them down too much. I'm just going to pull it down a little bit so I can get on the inside. And I'm going to mix it in with the black just to make it look like kind of the inside of your mouth. And obviously see on the side the skin kind of looks like it's more open, so I'm just going to put the red on that wee flat bit just to make it look like that is like the inside of my skin. And then with this small sponge here, I'm going to go in with this kind of darker nude colour just to make my skin look a bit irritated. So I'm just like rub the sponge on that and then just go around the outside and dabbing that around just to make it look a little irritated. I'm just going to do that again here. And then to make it like still look a bit irritated, I'm going to go with this really deep red here, right next to it. And just do the same thing but just not add as much. So I'm just doing that a little bit more like spaced out. I'm going to go in with the red that I use for the inside and just add that mostly to the corners of my mouth just to make it look a wee bit like some dried blood. And I'm just bringing that up a wee bit as well. Putting the red quite close in. And then I'm going to go in with this vampire blood, and then doing the same thing, I'm just going to dip the end of a brush into it like that and just bring that into the wee flat bits just to make them look like kind of wet and bloody. And then be careful not to get any in your mouth. And then I'm going to just kind of bring it along the edges and that as well. And then using the same sponge, just kind of dab it about. Okay, that's not where it was meant to go. So you can make it like as bloody and as you want. I'm wanting mine to be quite like new looking, so like really bloody and minging. So I'm just bringing more blood up and around, and then just dabbing that around it. And then same thing, just try and make sure that there's some like in the cuts and that. I'm just having to kind of bring those up a wee bit again. So, because I've like spread out like a load of blood, some of it's starting to drip down. But if you don't want that, obviously you can keep it like contained, but I quite like how that looks. So I'm going to try and do that around it. And then again just kind of add in some fake blood around all of my mouth. And then just dabbing that in with the sponge. And I'm just going to do the same to this side. So one thing that you could like do to kind of add to it is like use these blood capsules. So you just pop them in and it makes it like bleed out your mouth. Like I wonder, I'll try and like demonstrate it. So you just like chew it. And then blood just comes out your mouth. They taste absolutely rancid though, like I wouldn't recommend it because they're absolutely vile, but it's like something you could add. You could add it to like any kind of Halloween look. So this is kind of all it is. It's quite an easy like special effects thing to do. It really doesn't take like much time. It doesn't even take that much practice to be able to do it, and you can use it for like loads of stuff. Like well, I done this last Halloween and like just put on some like nice eyeshadow and stuff and done like a kind of glam special effects look, or you could use it for like a Joker look, kind of any like a clown for that. So it's quite an easy first time thing to do. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed my video. I'd really appreciate it if you could like, comment and subscribe because it would really help me. And I hope that you've enjoyed my kind of like Halloween video. Plus I'll be able to do like some special effects things like throughout the year and that, because I always really enjoy it. But thank you for watching though, and all my like social medias and stuff are linked down below if you want to give any of them a follow. But I'll see you soon. Bye.